All right, hell yeah! It's Wednesday. Time to pamp it! You know what I would do if I were you? I would pamp it. Let's fucking do it. Welcome to the universe's only news program. It's the Dusty Show. You think that makes it more, but good for me. Hell yeah, Wednesday. We gonna do what we do here tonight. Kill it. Hope you guys had a good Tuesday. What'd you do? Let me know in the chat. Tell you what I did. We got my tag. I was due 4 months. Like the bad boy I am. Can't stop me. I'll take you down with me. Drive without a tag. And finally cop was like, get your tag, Dusty. Didn't write me a ticket though. White privilege, baby. So anyway, we got my tag. We visited my mom. Had a good visit with my mom. Went and got my sister. Took her over there. Jeff drove us over there. What's up, Jeff? If you're watching tonight, good to see you. And good to see my mom. Went to see my uncle. And my uncle's dying of cancer. My Uncle Ray. And we'll sit around, hanging out with my mom, me and Jeff and Brandy and my grandma. My mom was like, yeah, I want to show you guys some pictures. My mom's like old school. She still takes pictures. And she sticks a USB hard drive in her TV. And I got the remote, and she's like, put them pictures up, Dusty. So I pull the pictures up finally, figure it out. But they're all tiny. And they're like, figure it out. Get the pictures big. And there was like a plus sign. I knew you were supposed to push a plus sign. I couldn't fucking figure it out. And so Jeff's my hype man. Jeff always got my back. And Jeff was like, don't worry. If anybody on this planet can figure it out, it's Dusty. Love you, Jeff. Thank you, man. Sitting there trying to figure that shit out. And couldn't figure it out. Went next, and never figured it out. So my mom looks at me and she's like, well, I guess genius Dusty can't figure it out. I was like, damn. Why you gotta do me like that, Mom? Call me out in front of everybody. Love you, Mom, whatever. So I went and visited my Uncle Ray. I don't know if you guys know this. Probably be a surprise since I'm so sophisticated. But I come from real humble roots. Like I come from like backwoods motherfuckers. Stealing moonshine out in the fucking woods, wearing shoes that look like calf hooves to throw off the law, man. Yeah, that's a true story. Not really. Anyway, my uncle, Uncle Ray that's dying, he's like one of the world famous guerrilla growers of weed. That's what he's been doing for fucking years, y'all. He'll go out to some government land or something. I don't even know where the fuck he goes. He grows weed some fucking where. So, I went and bought some of his last harvest. Obviously, he needs money on account of the cancer. And so I went and bought a couple of jars. It's old school. It's old school shit. Mason jars full of weed that he grew out of the government land. So anyway, it's the last crop ever from Uncle Ray. So I went and bought a couple jars from him. And go miss you, Uncle Ray. Good to see you. Anyway, so that's what I did yesterday. Tell you what else I did. I'm a moron. So about the fucking tag place. About to get my fucking tag. It's all right, baby. All right. And about to pay a credit card. And they're like, oh, you can save like 10 cents if you pay with a credit card. Actually, Jeff was saying that. It's all Jeff's fault, like everything in my life. Fucking Jeff. And Jeff was like, you should just pay with cash, man. So I got, I never carry my wallet on me because I don't like spend cash, right? It's a cashless world. I have my phone. Let me show you my fucking phone. There it is. Got my phone. That's a little wallet in the back. Boom. I carry my credit card right here, baby. That's all you fucking need. Don't need to carry a wallet anymore. No need for cash. But I carry my wallet with me just in case. They didn't take credit cards. And so Jeff's like, you should pay with cash, not your credit card. So I was like, I put on my credit card. And I was like, fine. Put the credit card down. Pulled out cash. Pay with cash. It was like $27. It was cheap as shit, y'all. Anyway, got home. My fucking credit card's missing. God damn it. Fucking lost my goddamn credit card. Was nowhere in my fucking phone. So, of course, I'm like, shit. Like, I don't even have any cash. How am I going to fucking live? But what am I going to do? So I got online and I canceled my credit card. I order a new one. And then I go look at my wallet. Fucking credit cards in my goddamn wallet. I put it in my fucking wallet. So I got online. I'm trying to cancel. No, don't cancel my card. Too fucking late. So now I ain't got a credit card for a fucking week. I got to live off the goddamn $50 in cash I have for this fucking week. Stupid Dusty. Thanks, Jeff. Anyway, what you gonna do? Live and fucking learn. I'll be all right. I need to lose a couple pounds anyway, so I'll dial it back. So that's my fucking Tuesday. I hope you guys had a good one out there. Got a decent show for you guys tonight, as always. Super fucking depressing as we chronicle the end of America together. And as always, super chats are on. If you know how it works, it's money. Yeah, you donate. I'm a digital busker. If you like what you see, please chip in a couple bucks. Reward me for all this free, delicious entertainment I'm giving you guys. On the super chats, it's over here. It's like behind me. Boom, there you go. Dollar, holla bill. Y'all click the dollar sign. Donate money. I read words. Super chats. And all right, let's go ahead and kick the show off, folks. I need to make a news section for the economy. I'm just like chucking this all in under Chud Watch. There should really be one for the concentration camp separately. All that. But whatever. We're just going to put it on under Chud Watch. Let's fucking do it. Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. We talk about Chud. Yeah, I'm not even going to Ric Flair woo this one, to be honest with you. Shit's getting horrible. Meanwhile, in fascist USA, a Guatemalan immigrant with no Massachusetts criminal record was arrested Monday on Tallman Street after a federal agent shattered the glass. Yep, here's the new America for you folks. Jackbooted thugs. Look at these fucking Nazis. Rounded up the Browns.
Golly.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking effort to round up the Browns, but I guess they have quotas. They did a certain amount of brown people every fucking month, I guess. Get their checks or whatever they have to do. Smash your window open, jerk you out of the fucking car, send you off to concentration camps. Hooray, America. And big story this week is Abrigo Garcia, you know, the innocent man they sent to the concentration camps in El Salvador. Has an American citizen wife, American citizen child, had him a job. Judge literally ordered he stay in the country, not be deported. But, of course, they deported him anyway. I'm surprised even Newsmax showed this. A lot of people were, like, questioning the motives of Newsmax. Why is Newsmax showing this clip? Is Newsmax scared and tired of Donald Trump shit? I don't know. Probably because even though normal people find this horrifying, Newsmax people probably jack off to this. Here's his wife begging for his release.
Of after his disappearance, and I stand before you filled with spirit that refuses to bring down. I will not stop fighting until I see my husband alive. Kilmar, if you can hear me.
He can't. He can't hear you.
Stay strong. God hasn't forgotten about you. Our children are asking, when would you come home?
Yeah, about that. I'm not sure he's still alive, to be honest with you. That's my fear, y'all. And I have theories about it before we get there. El Salvador denies lawyers for Venezuelan deportees. You don't have any fucking rights. You can't have anybody defend you. You can't have anybody even do a proof of life. They just send you there for the rest of your life. No contact with your family, no contact with lawyers, no way to save yourself. Just write you off. Your life is over. Lawyers challenging the incarceration in El Salvador of more than 200 Venezuelans deported by the U.S. said the Salvadorian government is denying the prisoners access. Imagine that. Step foot in this America illegally and they send you to prison for life. How can anybody be okay with this? My guess is because we're pure fucking evil. And yeah, it's from the U.S. Holocaust Museum. What distinguishes a concentration camp from a prison? In the modern sense, is that it functions outside of a judicial system. The prisoners are not indicted or convicted of any crime by the judicial process. Well, that sounds very familiar, doesn't it? That's exactly what this is. Foreign concentration camps, folks. And yes, they're trying to get us used to the idea of sending people over there. Americans are next, and this is the horrible probability of what I'm thinking is happening here, folks. This is a real picture from Google satellite image of the concentration camp, of the death camp. And what is this? What is happening here? So a lot of people believe that there's only actually one building in the whole complex that's actually real, and all the rest of the buildings are empty. And they take all the like most tattooed ones up, all the scariest ones up, and they use them for their propaganda videos. And to try to claim, you know, ooh, it's a good thing we're keeping you safe from all this, but the rest of them, they're just murdering. Because think about it. Let's say Trump is giving you $10 million a year for whatever to house these people. But you don't ever have to prove that they're alive. They never have to be seen the light of day again. What reason do you have to keep them alive? If no one's going to know about it, just take them out, shoot them in the head, collect your $9 million a year, save fucking money. And we know these people are complete psychopaths, so, like, I don't know. I hope that there's an explanation for this. It's not just the fact that they're killing them all, but I'd be surprised if that guy was still alive, to be honest with you. Horrifying. And, but don't worry, folks. If you're worried that this guy might have been sent to a concentration camp in El Salvador when he's completely fucking innocent, set those fears aside. We have absolute proof this guy deserves to spend the rest of his life in an El Salvadorian concentration camp. I didn't know it was this bad. I didn't know he was this evil. But apparently he was wearing a Bulls hat. And oh my God! I can't believe they even sent him to prison. Should have been straight execution. Oh, no, you don't wear a Chicago Bulls hat.
And a hoodie.
A hoodie?
He's a Bulls fan, but he's from El Salvador.
What?
And
you can't be a Bulls fan if you're from El Salvador? That's illegal.
he lives in Maryland, not Chicago.
Maryland? What?
The Bulls lost 60 games in 2019,
Oh, no.
so why the hat?
So when I was a kid, I lived in Mississippi. I used to be a Chicago Bears fan. Never been to Chicago. Don't actually give a shit about football, but I call myself a Chicago Bears fan. Hate basketball, but I watched every single game that Michael Jordan played because watching him play was special. It was like watching magic almost. Don't give a shit about those sports, but I was still a fan, so yeah, I guess I'm MS-13, folks.
Can Garcia name anyone on the team? Anyone on any Bulls team besides Jordan?
Scottie Pippen. Elijah Wood? No. Elijah, I don't know. You got me.
Everyone from El Salvador knows what it means when you wear a Bulls hat.
Isaiah Thomas.
It means you're MS-13.
Everybody knows
when
that.
you're incompetent. You don't accidentally wear red and say, oh, I didn't know red was Bloods.
I would. I'm dumb.
If you're a Latin American illegal alien in Maryland, you don't accidentally wear Chicago Bulls gear and hang around with high-ranking gangsters from MS-13.
Okay, there's no proof that he did that. They're just making this claim over and over again, so you're okay with the fact they're sending innocent people to concentration camps, folks. Just trying to get you used to the idea.
This is the reason he had to break into the country. Are you ready? A local gang in El Salvador was shaking down his grandma's tortilla shop. And his lawyers say if he gets sent back to El Salvador, he's a dead man. It's a tortilla blood vendetta. Seriously.
And a hoodie.
Haha, so funny. It's so hilarious that we're sending people to gulags, y'all. And so frustrating. So Pam Bondi, Attorney General, still spreading the same goddamn lies over and over again. I'm not going to read what she says, but, well, let me just, I guess I'll play it.
Topic over the past few weeks. Maryland. He's in a prison now in El Salvador. He was sent there. You insist, the president, everybody in the administration insists that he is MS-13. It appears that there's not going to be any sort of trial. He's not going to come back. DHS said he would be arrested and redeported if he comes back. Why not show the American people the evidence that he's MS-13 so they can make an informed decision? And that goes the same with...
Because he's not MS-13, and they just want you to believe he is, so you'll be okay with us disappearing him and putting him in prison for life.
This Henry Josue Santos, who was picked up in Virginia, who is now presumably going to be deported as well. Why not show the public the evidence?
Well, he is an illegal alien who has been living illegally in our country.
He's an illegal alien that's been living illegally, breathing air illegally, been eating illegal food with his illegal clothes and his illegal thoughts. His skin is the most illegal skin you've ever seen, goddammit.
From El Salvador.
Didn't answer the question, though. Why don't you show us the evidence? He's illegal. He's a terrorist. Well, where's the evidence? He's a terrorist. Just.
ICE testified.
Oh, ICE testified. Well, straight to execution then.
An immigration judge ruled.
He didn't.
He was a member of MS-13.
Nope.
An appellate judge ruled.
Nope.
He was a member of MS-13.
Nope.
Hard stop. He should not be in our country.
Okay, well, let's say that's true without any evidence of guilt whatsoever. Deporting him, fine. If that's what you want to do, I'm not for that, but fine. But prison for life, come on.
He was deported. They needed one additional step in paperwork, but now MS-13 is characterized as they should be, as an FTO, as a foreign terrorist organization. So he is not coming back to...
Okay, that wasn't the question, though. She didn't answer the question. But here's what actually happened. They did not. He was accused of being an MS-13 member in 2019 by an informant. And during a bond hearing, an immigration judge denied bond based on those accusations. His lawyers appealed the denied bond, and it was again denied by the appellate court. That's what they claim ruled he was MS-13. They took the accusations at face value without fact-finding to determine a bond prior to the trial and fact-finding, at which point they determined he was not a member of MS-13 and the charges were false. They then gave him a protected status from deportation, which is not a status you can give to gang members, importantly, and the Trump administration in 2019 did not appeal the dismissed charges, which they could have if he was in fact MS-13 and had his protective status revoked. Long story short, if you've ever been accused of anything and arraigned, then this man is saying even if you were proven innocent, actually, no, you weren't. Interesting how that would apply to the president now that I consider it. But nope, different set of rules. They're just setting the precedent. They could just claim we're all terrorists and lock us up without due process and demonize us on Fox News, make the fucking patriots okay with it. And now they're just blaming him for murders done by people that were illegal. Anything that was done by an illegal person, all illegals are to blame for, even though he wasn't even illegal. He's like, he's just a Maryland father. Tell that to Kayla Hamilton's family. 2 years ago, she was raped and killed by a man in Maryland who was an illegal MS-13 member from El Salvador. What the fuck? It was a different person. That's like saying, yeah, white boy, you may say you're innocent, but what about all those people Jeffrey Dahmer killed, huh? What about that, you cannibal? I didn't do it. I never even met that motherfucker, but I guess all white folks are to blame for Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, everything a white person did. Aren't we all to blame? Is that how this game works? But no, just crazy as shit, folks. Just these psychopaths trying to justify the worst atrocities the human mind can imagine by collective punishment. Also a fucking war crime. And yeah, what's the killer? Kilmar Abrego Garcia? Did he plot with this man? If not, what the fuck is your point? The point is just to say whatever you think you need to say in order to justify the most horrible bullshit, because the cruelty is the point. It sends a signal to all the other bottom feeders, all the other horrible sacks of shit that you're one of them, and they reward you with it. They reward you for it in this trash fucking country that has to collapse. And here's a J.D. Vance latest straw man. He loves to throw these straw mans out there, these ridiculous, over-the-top, stupid scenarios, so he can be the big man to come in and smack them down. Somebody's basically like, yeah, why is he still there? Why is this innocent man there? J.D. Vance, are you proposing that we invade El Salvador to retrieve a gang member with no legal right to be in our country? Where in the Supreme Court decision does it require us to do that? Yeah! Are you saying that we should go to Mars and then raise aliens and then have the aliens invade El Salvador and kill everybody in El Salvador? Do you want aliens to kill all El Salvadorians? Is that what you're saying? Psh, just so fucking stupid. No, like what we're saying is, could you like ask the guy? Could you be like, hey, we fucked up. We gave you like $9 million. Could you just give one on back? We'll give you the same amount of money. Just pass the motherfucker back to us. That's all it would take. You know it would. But just so goddamn stupid. But at least people were shitting on him for this stupid goddamn take. Just ask for the guy back. Invade El Salvador. Yeah, it's a tough one. Isn't that a stillman argument? Facilitate his release does not mean ensure his release. And Bukele told Trump no. So your position is that Mr. Art of the Deal, greatest negotiator of all time, is impotent when it comes to negotiating with the dictator of El Salvador. They're like, we don't actually believe what we say. That's all they want to do, folks. They just want to lie and be garbage. They don't actually care about anybody. They don't care about themselves, to be honest with you. And I understand why you hate yourself, to be honest with you, because you are the lowest of the low. You are worthless. So it does track that you would hate yourself, but like maybe work on yourself instead of taking that out on everybody else. Well, that's just me. And this is the same one. Yeah, it's the same one. And at least Jessica over on Fox News doing the best job she can to educate the populace. To be honest with you, I'm sort of amazed that they even let her on there. I know the only reason they do it is because she's outnumbered 4-1, and the idiots that watch her get double, triple teamed by these smarmy grease bags. And I guess it helps sell their propaganda, but she nails it once again.
Got into this, but the point is that this man has been living in this country, out in public, meeting on an annual basis with his DHS caseworker. He goes in once a year. He talks to them. They know where he works. He's an on-the-books worker. This is not somebody who is a gangbanger. This is not somebody who has committed any other crime besides being here in this country. And he came here also based on credible threat of being murdered by a gang at home who was threatening his entire family. The reason that Democrats are talking about the fact that anyone could, quote unquote, be disappeared is that you can see a full-blown constitutional crisis playing out in front of our eyes. The Supreme Court ruled 9-0 that he had to be returned. President Bukhari is lying when he says that he can't get him back. We know that he can return people because he returned people from the original shipment. There were women that were sent there, and he said, oh, no, you shouldn't be here. And there were some Venezuelans that he didn't want. He said, okay, you shouldn't be here. And
Look how annoyed Judge Janina is, though, because all she does is lie all day, and all her lies are being laid bare in front of the audience, and she has to write down and immediately back up her lies with more bullshit.
he shipped them on back.
Just so fucking evil, goddammit. And I agree with Emma Vigilante. There's nothing Bukele can do to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia. There's nothing Trump can do to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia. There's nothing Stephen Miller can do to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Strongmen are suddenly weak and powerless. Conservatives are alphas and victims. Yeah, but we see right through it, folks. They can bring that guy back in a heartbeat if they want to. They just don't want to because probably he's dead. I mean, secondarily, if he's alive, they don't want him to come back and tell about the atrocities, the horrors that are being committed. But I'd be very surprised if that guy's still alive. They're just disappearing people and murdering them, in my opinion, folks. And if I understand this correctly, the U.S. president has launched a trade war against the world. Believes he can force the EU and China to meet his terms. Is determined to annex Canada and Greenland, but is powerless before the sovereign might of El Salvador. Is that it? Yep. Going to demand Canada become a 51st state, literally threaten Greenland with invasion. Yet, hey, you want us to invade El Salvador? Hey, they're a sovereign country. We can't do anything against them. Literally every day talking about invading Panama, forcing Canada to be a 51st state, taking over Greenland. Yeah. Totally powerless, though, to the might of El Salvador. I guess we've met our match. Just so ridiculous. So insulting anybody's intelligence. And remember, folks, when Andrew Tate was charged with rape and human trafficking, Trump intervened to fly him back to the U.S. No problem whatsoever. Standing up to the Romanian government. Interfered with the Romanian government's sovereign country to get a alleged rapist and sex trafficker over here. And remember, when Andrew Tate was over here, after Donald Trump went to bat, got Andrew Tate over this country, Andrew Tate sexually assaulted somebody in our country because Donald Trump went to bat to get him over here. But when it comes to working class father of a disabled 5-year-old child who was wrongfully deported, put in a concentration camp for life or worse, refuses to lift a finger, powerless. But it just goes to show you, folks, they're trying to be evil on purpose. They're getting off on it. The more evil they are and the more they get away with, the more he jacks his little mushroom dick off in the corner. Because that's what narcissists do. They want to mistreat you. They want to be evil. And the more you let them get away with it, the more it feeds that fucking ego. And it's basically this meme. We are rapists and pedophiles. Oh, you're sweet. I'm an innocent man. Hello, El Salvador. Trump saying that rapists should be sent to El Salvador. Hopefully they book you a one-way ticket. And just so evil. I mean, I'm not surprised anymore. I'm almost numb to it. But it's just wild how out in the open they are with their fucking pure evil on the most popular cable news network in the world. Here's Fox News apologizing for disappearing an innocent man to the most brutal concentration camp in the world right now.
This is what I mean when you can feel the narrative, you can feel it. You go like, oh, now I understand this. This whole thing, this guy is nothing more than a tool that is being used to subvert the needs and concerns of the American public.
That's literally, I mean, he's telling the truth, but not in the way he means. It is a tool being used to subvert our needs in order to terrorize us, to send a message to us. If we can do this to this guy, we can do it to you. We can do it to any of you. So you better stay off our fucking radar. You better not goddamn speak out.
Is why they're latching onto it. You mentioned how the deportation, in a way, has the same issues as the invasion. It's a mirror. Biden opened the border, millions came in, and surely...
Literally, that didn't happen. Biden deported more people than Donald Trump did. It was Donald Trump who made them not sign the bipartisan border deal to ensure more people poured across.
Murderers and rapists were part of that.
That's literally what Donald Trump did on purpose, because he said it would help him in the election, which it did, because we're the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet.
Now we're deporting hundreds of thousands, and surely one or two might not be criminal. However, compare the error. In one of these errors, Americans don't die. At worst, a guy gets sent to a country he doesn't want to go to. You know what? I can live with that.
Yeah, I'm rich as shit. I can live with that. Hey, they sent an innocent man who was the father of a disabled child to a foreign prison, a gulag for the rest of his life, never to see the light of day, never to see his family again, never to see any fucking lawyers to suffer and be tortured every day of his life, even though he didn't do anything wrong. I can live with that. Hey, it doesn't affect me. I don't give a shit. Fuck him, right? Just good God. Whatever happens to this motherfucker is sorely earned. Is sorely earned.
A prison camp, not just out into the wild.
Look, I'm sorry, Jessica. I understand your concern, but I refuse to care about one person who's an illegal alien.
I refuse to care. That should be the slogan of conservatives. Just psychopaths that don't give a shit. And this is not America anymore, folks. I went to UPS today. I'm friends with the guy that owns the UPS store, and he was scared, y'all. And I was scared. I was talking about how I'm thinking about leaving the country. And he was like, I've been talking to people coming in here, and everybody's freaked out, man. And he's never talked politics to me like that. I think he's kind of concerned with all the tariffs that are going on. People are not buying stuff from overseas like they used to. They're not buying things, period, like they used to. And that's his entire business, is people shipping stuff. So I think he's worried about going out of business. Just sad times. And he is a Army reservist. Was telling me that that's not what he signed up for. This is not the America he signed up to protect. A lot of people feeling that way. And this is why, folks.
Mental shelf space that I have is now reserved for victims of crime, which I've been talking about for...
They literally don't give a shit about victims of crime. Okay? Never bring up any of the youth pastors molesting people. The vast majority of crime committed by conservatives don't give a fuck about that.
Years. This manufactured narrative, family man, father of three, coming from the media, who with the same intensity talked about having children was bad for the climate, are now telling us that when you have children, you are now a pillar of the community. If that guy was a white American citizen, they would just call him a MAGA extremist. But he's an illegal alien and he has kids, and now he's the spirit of the community.
Just so fucking stupid. So grim, the society, folks. That guy's making $5 million a year to cheerlead for the disappearing of innocent people. And lest you think it's only going to be brown folks, your whiteness is not going to save you, folks. Your American citizenship is not going to save you. This is just a test run. They're coming for us next. Hey, you don't believe me?
Could you, just going back to El Salvador, could you just explain to us a little bit more about the legal basis on which you may be able to send U.S. citizens to prison there? I know you said President Trump is looking at it.
Look at her laugh. Yeah! The idea of sending U.S. citizens to an El Salvadorian concentration camp is fucking hilarious, y'all.
But can you explain to us a little bit more about how that might be possible?
We're looking at it, and when I have more for you to share, I certainly will.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally illegal, but we're going to do it anyway. We're looking at it. I ain't got to explain shit. Hey, you better be quiet. You might end up in a concentration camp for the rest of your life. And yeah, he doubles down on sending American citizens, folks. They ain't trying to hide it. They ain't running from it.
We're getting them out. And the president is helping us with that, President Bukele. So I was very impressed with him.
I'm sure you were.
Very impressed.
Trump loves fucking dictators, y'all. That's what he is. That's not what he's going to become. That's what he already is.
Could we use it for violent criminals, our own violent criminals?
I call them homegrown criminals.
Yes.
I mean, the homegrowns.
The
ones that grew up and something went.
And the guy at the UPS store mentioned this to me, too. He was like, he's talking about homegrowns now. He's talking about us. And I was like, yeah, man. Yeah. I'll come say bye to you before I leave. I have to flee the country.
Wrong, and they hit people over the head with a baseball bat. We have, and push people into subways just before the train gets there, like you see happening sometimes. We are looking into it, and we want to do it. I would love to do that.
He would love to do it. Woo! Can't wait to send us all to the gulags, y'all. Hell yeah. Greatest country on earth. No, this is not the country I grew up in, folks. It's not. I'm not saying America was ever great. I'm not saying that I wasn't completely fucking brainwashed with jingoism, with patriotism, because I was. But this never happened. Not in my fucking lifetime. Definitely not the fucking America that I thought existed. And all the Republican sycophants, all the ass kissers lining up to sell their fellow Americans out. Case in point, foghorn, leghorn, Senator Kennedy.
This brand new sound from President Trump, who is sitting down with Rachel Campos Duffy at 4 o'clock Eastern time on the Fox Spanish channel. And he said this on that. Listen.
Could we use it for violent criminals, our own violent criminals?
I call them homegrown criminals.
Yes.
I mean, the
homegrowns.
The ones that grew up and something went wrong and they hit people over the head with a baseball bat.
Or they spoke out against me.
We have, and push people into subways just before the train gets there, like you see happening sometimes. We are looking into it, and we want to do it. I would love to do that.
Well, Senator Kennedy, you are a smart legal mind. Do you have any problem with that?
No, none. I think the president's right.
I think the president is right. Hey, if we have to round up American citizens and send them to foreign concentration camps, I think that's the right thing to do for America, okay? You don't want to get sent to a concentration camp. I suggest you just shut your fucking mouth and stay in the house, or else we might have to send you to the gulags. Yep, we're cooked, y'all. It's fucking over. This ain't America no more. And deposit terrorists to max security prisons, accidentally deport random brown people, refuse to release innocents, homegrowns are next. Yep, it's Clown Hitler. That's what we have rolling us, y'all. Just scary fucking times. And this cartoon nails it. The emperor has no clothes. Oh, you told the truth. El Salvadorian prison. If you're lucky. If you're fucking lucky. I'm leaning more towards they're just killing these people because why would they keep them alive? What reason do they have to actually keep you alive? You're just a mouth to feed. Not like anybody's going to know if you're dead. Might as well kill you. And remember, folks, remember when Joe Rogan got on his show and talked about how concerned he was with the people being disappeared to the El Salvadorian concentration camps? This is wild. This is crazy. I can't believe this is happening. He was so concerned about it. Here he is a week later. Yeah! Woo! Don't give a shit. Here's the guy that did it. Here's the guy that disappeared people to the concentration camps. You're real worried about it, aren't you? You're real concerned about the slippery slope of this, aren't you, Joe Rogan? Nope. You're fucking responsible. You're helping this happen. When the revolution happens, and it will, it has to. I hope people remember who did this. I hope they remember who were responsible for this. I hope they remember who used their platform to push this, to set out their fellow fucking Americans for goddamn money. I hope we all remember, because I goddamn sure will. You fucking worthless piece of goddamn shit. I hope the money was worth it, Joe. I hope it was fucking worth it. I have a feeling there's some consequences and repercussions coming your way, buddy. We'll see what the fuck happens. Good luck. And this is the kind of heroes we need, though, folks. Senator Chris Van Hollen went over to El Salvador trying to do the best he can. We have feckless leadership on the Democrats. Nobody seems to be willing to stand up and do anything. So when I see somebody actually try, I appreciate it.
I just landed at the airport in San Salvador a little while ago. I'm now en route into the city, looking forward to meeting with the team from the American Embassy. And I do want to thank our Foreign Service officers and the whole team at this embassy and embassies.
So good on you, but I mean, we can already guess what happened, right? Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen, El Salvador government just refused to let me visit wrongly deported man. Of course they did. The vice president said, if you get the American embassy to ask us, then we'll do it. But obviously the American embassy is not going to ask them because the American embassy run by Donald Trump, and Donald Trump does not want anybody to know what happened to this guy. So that's why they're saying that. I don't answer to you, Senator. We're not showing you, but if the American embassy asks us, we'll do it. Yeah, we see right the fuck through this. Just terrifying. And then let's get into Kristi Noem. Before we get to Kristi Noem, I always got to show this picture first. How wild it is, folks. How weird these people are. How uncomfortable they are in their own fucking body. So here she is, just a normal an aging 5. And now she transformed her into an aging 3, this plastic surgery nightmare. I guess she thinks she looks better, but the whole thing is just weird. Like, sometimes I think they're just like actors. Like, look at this woman. Look how weird this is. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the Truman Show and all these people are just like strange actors and they hire them and their only notes were just be the most horrible person you could be. Just act as unlikable as anybody you've ever seen in your life and that'll be perfect. And they put them on in front of me to put these plays on. But anyway, apparently in all her photo ops that she's doing, she's actually fucking over ICE by revealing their plans. This would be in the Beyond Parody normally, but ICE Barbie's cosplaying pose spoiled by New York City raid. Kristi Noem's fondness for photo ops may be undermining her own agency's mission, according to an array from government sources. So basically, she's tweeting in real time about their plans to deport people, to have raids and stuff. And in one instance, sources told the Journal that Noem likely hampered a series of early warning raids in New York City by posting about the operation on social media while it was still underway. People familiar with the January effort claim Noem's post on X tipped off targets that ICE was in action, spoiling the element of surprise and resulting in fewer arrests than official had hoped. And please keep it up, though, you feckless morons. Finally, your ignorance is doing some good in the world. But this is what it's all about, folks. Human trafficking. It's a big money business. Here's a supervillain, Peter Thiel. The money behind J.D. Vance and MAGA, Project 2025. Last week, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, paid contracting giant Palantir tens of millions of dollars to make modifications to a powerful ICE database and search tool to allow complete target analysis of known populations. Yeah! If any of you think this is in place strictly for illegal immigrants, you're going to be very disappointed in the future. That's all I got to say. It's very obvious what is happening here, folks. They're claiming this is only for undocumented workers, but 100% this is going to be used to round up American citizens. I already know I'm on the list, folks, but they're going to get all of you on the list, too. You better be very fucking careful. They're going to track and trace exactly where the fuck we are, and then when it comes time, when they get all those concentration camps in El Salvador built, now to the long knives, history repeating itself. And of course, hypocrisy. That's conservatism 101. Trump filing visa requests for foreign workers. This is how little respect he has for Americans. Obviously, Americans are perfectly capable of doing any job at Mar-a-Lago. Americans are capable of being waiters, of mowing grass. But Trump doesn't want to pay a fair wage, so bringing in brown people to do all the work he doesn't want to pay Americans to fucking do. And not a single conservative gives a shit about anything, folks. Just bizarro world. And now on to the economy. The White House once again officially threatening China with up to 245% tariffs. Tomorrow it's going to be 1,000,000%. I don't know why they just stopped accepting packages from China. Just get it over with already. Yesterday it was called off. Today it's 245. Tomorrow it'll be 1,000,000,000,000%. It's just stupid. It's chaos. No one knows what's going on. But like I told you last time, you can make money when the market drops just like you can when the market goes up. As long as you know it's going to drop, you can just short the market. And this is exactly what they're doing. He has a light switch for tariffs. He turns that light switch on, the market drops. He turns it off, the market goes back up. Literally just influencing the market to funnel money in his own pockets, folks. It's the infinite money glitch. And then he did it, apparently. The United States announces 245% tariffs on imports from China. Some people are like, you just like your cheap Chinese good, Dusty. Hey, I'm all for fair trade, to be honest with you. I'm totally fair trade. Fair trade means insisting that China and other countries pay their workers a fair wage. We're not even going to import your products unless you're paying your workers a fair wage, unless you're giving them working conditions similar to the working conditions in our country, where your workers are safe and treated well. Because honestly, it's hard for American businesses to compete with Chinese businesses when our businesses have rules and regulations that cost them more money to make products than China's does. So insisting that they bring up their worker standards, their pay and stuff, is completely reasonable. But tariffs don't in any way fucking do that. They still have these shitty working conditions. They still pay them a pittance, but now we have to pay more for their goods and services. It's just a tax on us that does nothing for fair trade whatsoever. So, how high will it go, folks? How high do you think? Donald Trump, I hold the cards. Yeah, the cards are made in China, just like your shitty hats and T-shirts, Donald Trump. You got nothing, buddy. China is fucking steamrolling us. And this video, made by a Chinese nationalist, is very well spoken. I'm going to play it for you guys. Now, it does have a bit more Chinese government propaganda that I like. I don't agree with everything in this. But the part where he's speaking about America is dead motherfucking on.
This is a post from a Chinese national saying, you guys are all blaming China, you're blaming us, but it's really your own fault, and America now needs a revolution.
They rob you blind, and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs ship your job to China. Not for diplomacy, not for peace, but to exploit cheap laborers. And in the process, they hollowed out your middle class, crushed your working class, and told you to be proud while they sold your future for profit. And yes, China made money, but we used it to build roads, lift millions out of poverty, fund healthcare, raise living standard. We reinvested in our people. My family also benefited from it. What did your oligarchs do? They bought yachts, private jets, and mansions with golf course driveways. They manipulate the market, dodged tax, and poured billions into endless wars.
Preach.
And you get stagnated wages, crippling healthcare cost.
Yep.
Cheap dopamine, debt, and flagged wave property made in China while they pick your pocket.
Yep.
For 40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build. This isn't China's fault. This is yours. You let this happen. You let the oligarchs feed your lies.
Yep.
Well, they made you fat, poor, and addicted.
Yep.
Now they blame China for mess they made.
Yep.
I don't think so. I don't think you need another tariff. You need to wake up. You need to take your country back. I think you need a revolution.
100%. We need a revolution, folks. Now, we're going to get one eventually. It's just a matter of when. It's just a matter of how much pain they're going to deliver upon us before people get too sick of it. Now, I'm not calling for violence. I'm not calling for a revolution. I'm just pointing out that it's going to happen. I didn't cause it. I'm not causing any of this, okay? I'm not causing Elon Musk to take your grandma's Social Security away from you. I'm not causing Donald Trump to loot our coffers, make us a pariah state to the rest of the world. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just reporting it. I'm just pointing out what is absolutely going to fucking happen. It has to. It's untenable. And China ain't fucking playing it, y'all. China bans airlines from accepting Boeing deliveries. Boeing's in trouble. China has barred its country's airlines from accepting deliveries from Boeing in retaliation against Donald Trump's tariffs. Boeing has been caught in the middle of the clash, losing access to one of the world's biggest aviation markets in the process. The ban will apply to all existing orders from the U.S. manufacturing giant, while Beijing has also told the country's carriers not to buy any aircraft-related equipment or parts from other American companies. Boeing's shares slumped as much as 4.5% in pre-market trading following these reports. Hey, you got some Boeing, you backed this shit, didn't you? Well fucking deserved. And yes, the economy going to take a huge hit. One thing after another. Chinese purchases of American oil are down 90%, y'all, year over year. While Chinese purchases of Canadian oil are up 700%. Yet Trump has made an enemy out of everybody, all our trading partners. So now they're trading with each other. They're bypassing us. And no, that's not good for our fucking economy. It's all going to add up, folks. Hard times ahead. In Hong Kong, the Postal Service is not going to be shipping packages to the U.S. anymore. That seems bad. The government of the United States announced earlier that it would eliminate the duty-free de minimis treatment for postal items dispatched from Hong Kong to the U.S. and increase the tariffs for postal items containing goods to the U.S. The U.S. is unreasonable, bullying, and imposing tariffs abusively. Hong Kong Post will definitely not collect any so-called tariffs on behalf of the U.S. and will suspend the acceptance of postal items containing goods destined to the U.S. So, going to be more difficult to buy items from Hong Kong for us. I'm sure they have other shipping outlets, but going to be more expensive. Going to be hard to get a hold of, which I guess is the whole point. Limit what you can buy, folks. Travel and products boycotts to cost U.S. $90 billion this year. Trump's policies could cost the U.S. economy $90 billion this year in lost tourism and export revenue, according to an analysis from Goldman Sachs. Yep, nobody wants to come here, folks. The tourism industry drying up. It's hurting airlines, Airbnb, taxi services, hotels, everything in danger. And it's like a snowball, all this on top of each other. Bigger and bigger and bigger. And then on top of that, the dollar is fading. Washington Post, investors ditching U.S. dollar due to trade war. The U.S. dollar is an early casualty of President Donald Trump's us against the world trade war. The dollar has lost almost 10% of its value. That means you have 10% less purchasing power. Since Inauguration Day, with about half of that decline coming this month. Yep. 5% loss in your buying value in 1 month, folks. Yes, this makes items that we get from other countries even more expensive. Now, it does make items that we import to other countries more competitive. Means that we'll probably sell more items to other countries because the price will be lower in those countries. But at the same time, other countries are boycotting us like a motherfucker. So even that doesn't do us any good. All it does is ensure that whatever products we buy are even more expensive than they already were with all the tariffs and shit. So you're talking about rapid, record, out of control inflation, folks. And on top of that, since we're the biggest suckers and losers on the fucking planet, we're also going to have to bail out the farmers with our tax dollars. Yes. Not only is all the products we buy going to be incredibly more expensive, but also our tax dollars going to go to bail out the people getting fucked over by Donald Trump's stupid-ass policies. While he racks in billions of dollars, makes more money than every president in history combined, it's us suckers and losers that got to foot the bill. So this whole tweet, basically he's saying that in so many words, our farmers are getting fucked over, so we're going to bail them out, y'all. Just like we did the first time. The first time when his stupid trade wars, his stupid tariffs sank soybean farmers, cattle farmers, all kinds of farmers. As usual, the taxpayers got to foot the fucking bill. Don't believe me? Here they are basically considering a tariff bailout for farmers.
But a lot of farmers that I've talked to in the last week or so have said, they're in the middle of spring planting season, and that a trade war makes everything sort of up in the air. What would his message to them be? And also, is there anything specifically planned to provide relief like in President Trump's last term?
Yes, well, relief is being considered. The Secretary of Agriculture, I know, has spoken to the president about that.
It's a bailout.
Again, it's being considered. And as for the president's message to the farmers, he put it out himself. He could speak for himself much better than I can speak for him. And so I would just direct you to the statement he had telling the farmers again and reiterating his support for them. And that.
Yeah, don't worry. Yes, I'm fucking you over, but I would just bail you out with the cash of these idiot losers in America. So it'll be fine, baby. I'm not bailing them out, but I'll bail you out. Big agriculture, big pharma, big farms. And hey, let's take a look at the Dow Jones to see how that's going today. Dog shit. That's how it's going. Dow down another 700 points today. If you're keeping track, since Donald Trump gained the presidency, we're down 2,700 points. And that's just the Dow Jones, 6%. So we're talking about over $10 trillion in value lost since he's the president, y'all. Mr. Art of the game, art of the deal. We are fucked, folks. But gaslighting, that's all they do, folks. With a straight face, Donald Trump will say publicly, the United States is taking in record numbers in tariffs. They are not. With the cost of almost all products going down, including gasoline, groceries, and just about everything else. I mean, complete fucking bullshit. Everything is more expensive. Literally everything. Now, gas might have gone down a little bit because nobody's buying products anymore. And because nobody's buying products anymore, truckers aren't driving as much. People aren't driving as much. And yeah, that makes gas go down. When nobody has any fucking money to buy anything, gas prices do go down. Just like when COVID hit. And everybody had to stay home from their jobs. Gas prices dropped, but that's not necessarily a good thing. Likewise, inflation is down. Inflation is hugely up. Groceries are hugely up. Everything is hugely up. It's just lie after fucking lie after fucking lie. Promises made, promises kept. Fuck this country. It's so stupid, y'all. It's so stupid, it's boring, to be honest with you. And here's what he's doing it for, folks. Trump has this romanticized idea that he can get rid of income tax. See, rich people don't think they should be paying anything. Taxes are for poor people. They are our rulers. We should just be happy that they're fucking ruling us. They should not have to pay anything into the system whatsoever. So forever, they've had this fantasy about getting rid of the income tax, about passing on the tax burden to the middle class and the lower classes. And their idea since I was a kid, is to move from an income tax to a consumer tax, a sales tax on everything you buy. And this is all this is, folks. This is just their end-around way of getting a sales tax by putting tariffs on everything, which is a tax increase on all of us. And here's the crazy part. The money he will pay in taxes pales in comparison to the money all the rich people are losing. But they're so crazed that literally he would rather lose more money in the stock market. Not him, but he would rather rich people lose more money in the stock market than the money they would actually save from paying their taxes. Now, obviously, he's going to be a trillionaire, folks. Trump's going to be our first trillionaire. Maybe not publicly, but in the Cayman Islands, wherever he has his offshore accounts, he's literally doing stock manipulation. He's literally turning the switch on and off and making unlimited fucking money. So he doesn't give a shit. But anyway, here he is admitting it, folks. The whole thing is about getting rid of the income tax.
El income tax?
You're the only one that's asked me that. Oh, I deal with all these big financial geniuses. Nobody ever. There is a chance that the money from tariffs could be so great that it would replace. In the old days, 18 about 1870
the Gilded
to
Age.
1913, the tariffs.
That's right before the Great Depression.
Were the only form of money. And that's when our nation was relatively the richest. We were the richest.
It was right at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, and a lot of that did make us richer, but it wasn't because of the tariffs.
El income tax?
You know, you're the only...
Yeah, income tax, get rid of it, though, folks. And yes, shift the burden to us. Everything for them and nothing for fucking us. And then this is how the scheme works, folks. Remember when Jimmy Carter put his peanut farm in a trust so there wouldn't be any conflict of interest? Well, True Social scheme will profit from tariff policies. No fucking duh. Trump can boost or depress the price of virtually any stock through the creation or elimination of tariffs. On Tuesday, Trump Media and Technology Group, best known as the parent company of Truth social media platform True Social, announced it was launching a series of actively managed investment accounts. TMTG is marketing these True Social branded separately managed accounts as a way to invest in companies that benefit from Trump's political agenda. And hey, this actually seems like a great thing to invest in if you don't have any morals, because Trump's definitely going to use his position as president to boost up any company that they invest in, right? Why wouldn't he? Nobody is holding him accountable. He's just doing the corruption right out in the open. No checks, no balances, so why the fuck not? Of course, a lot of people crying about it. MAGA tears. Dear President Trump, I am the founder of blah, blah, blah. Oh, while a text basically saying, I voted for you and now you're bankrupting me, but I still suck your dick. Yeah. Have you considered just dying? That's my advice to you. Just die, you know? Maybe stop eating until like you starve to death and die. That's what I would do. You don't have to. Just a suggestion, though. I'm just kidding, though. And tariffs get you when you least expect it. At first, Jonathan Fabworks were like, I'm sad to announce. No, first he was like, I'm sad to announce, due to the tariffs, Fabworks will be raising prices by 0%. All of our value-added services happen under one roof. Ventura, California. That's right, baby. Tariffs don't affect me at all, so I can laugh at it and make fun of it. Love you, Trump. And now he's all like, this aged so poorly. Got slapped with a 50% increase on 661 T6 today from our go-to vendor. Yeah, I love it, motherfucker. I hope you go bankrupt. I hope you fucking starve to death. I hope they take your fucking house. Fuck you. Yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit. I'm out of F's, y'all. Then the Trump administration froze $2 billion in funding for Harvard. Basically, Trump wants to take over all education. Like I've said many times on the show, I'm actually sort of impressed by how ruthlessly they're doing everything. How brutally they're forcing their agenda on the entire goddamn country. They're not wasting any time, folks. They're taking over everything. And they want complete control of education. Harvard University officials on Monday rejected Trump administration's demand that the school yield to extensive government oversight and make sweeping changes to governance, admissions, and hiring practices. They want to dictate what all the schools teach. They want to dictate who they hire. They want to dictate what the students are allowed to protest. They literally want to dictate what the students are allowed to wear, as in no mask. Terrifying, folks. And if you don't acquiesce to their demands, they just cut off government funding. And if that's not enough, then they use lawfare. They use the full force of the United States government against you to make an example out of you, to scare you, so that everybody else gets in line. And good on Harvard for fighting back, I guess, a little bit. They have so much fucking money in Harvard that they can do that. So then he goes public and he says, perhaps Harvard should lose its tax-exempt status. Yep. See? Every tool in the chest to push their agenda they're doing, folks. And be taxed as a political entity if it keeps pushing political, ideological, and terrorist-inspired supporting sickness. So he's basically talking about anybody speaking out against the child murders is a terrorist now. Also scary language when he also says he's going to send terrorists to the concentration camps of El Salvador. And now they're doing it, folks. Trump moves to revoke Harvard's nonprofit status. And don't get me wrong, folks. I don't give a shit about Harvard. Fuck Harvard. But this is just terrifying that he's doing everything he can to bully, intimidate schools, and then letting the government take over. No free speech. You're not allowed to do what you want. You have to do what the government tells you to do or you're punished. They definitely love fucking free speech, don't they? Free speech absolutists. And then all the sycophants are immediately go online, go on the airwaves to defend this obvious violation of free speech, this obvious bullying of our education system. Elise Stefanik, Harvard is the epitome of moral rot. Yeah, I'm not even going to play it. Fuck that bitch. I know that's a gender slur. I'm sorry, but whatever. And then you got to apologize. Oh, my God, Harvard. I cannot believe you dared stand up to the glorious leader. You're not allowed to do that. So here's what's going to happen. Not only do you guys have to do everything that we say, but you also have to apologize. We don't even care if you do everything we say at this point. It doesn't even matter. You can lay the fuck down and acquiesce to every demand we've given you. But unless you apologize, we're still going to come after you with everything we got.
On Harvard, the president floated on social, I believe, the possibility of removing tax-exempt status. How serious is that threat, and are there other universities he's considering? And then a follow-up question on foreign policy. Can you give us an update on what the president hopes to come from the next round of talks with Iran?
Sure. First, when it comes to Harvard, as I said, the president has been quite clear. They must follow federal law. He also wants to see Harvard apologize, and Harvard should apologize for the egregious anti-Semitism that took place on their college campus.
Anti-Semitism. Being against genocide is anti-Semitic now, folks. What she just said is actually anti-Semitic. That's the crazy part. But it doesn't matter. They rule us now. And this is what it's leading to, folks. Canadian colleges see surge in American applicants. People are fleeing this country. Our education system can no longer be trusted. More students living in the United States are applying to Canadian universities or expressing interest in studying north of the border. As U.S. President Donald Trump cuts federal funding, it's a brain drain. And who can blame anybody who wants to escape this hellhole? And then, folks, for any conservatives that say they're for free trade, that they love capitalism, this is bad on so many tips. EPA exempts 66 coal plants from emission rules. So first off, obviously, this is the worst thing that could happen when we have a climate emergency, when we just had the hottest years in record, one after another. We have all kinds of weather anomalies happen, hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, the entire world tearing itself apart. And instead of doing anything about it, of course, what do? Accelerate it. I guess we're trying to kill ourselves, and we voted Trump in, so we voted for suicide. I guess slow or fast, either way. But regardless, despite the fact that it's so horrible for climate change, also, isn't this picking winners and losers? I looked it up. These 66 companies being made exempt from these rules, that's equal to $1 billion that these companies don't have to spend anymore in order to meet these emissions rules. So basically, he has given $1 billion to these specific 66 coal plants, which means all the other coal plants that he's not making exempt can no longer compete. So no longer free trade in this country whatsoever. It's Trump picking who succeeds and who fails based on who bribes him the most. It's crony capitalism, folks. And of course, no conservative gives a shit. They don't care about free trade. Whatever the orange goof wants to do, it's fine. And then this is how the corruption works, folks. This is how they do it right out in the open. This is how they don't even have to launder the money. The money is completely clean 100% when they bribe Trump. And it's stuff like this. White House told Warner Brothers should give Coke Jr., Donald Trump's son, his own show. Now, obviously, nobody is going to watch a show with Coke Jr. because he's irritating. He talks funny. He's dumb, ugly, annoying, not smart, doesn't have a good personality. Nothing going for him. Nobody's going to watch the show, but that's not the fucking point. The point is, it gives you an excuse to give him $40 million out in the fucking open. Legalized bribery. Media giant Warner Brothers Discovery was reportedly offered a way into President Donald Trump's good graces. Remember, this is what Amazon did. Amazon gave $40 million to Melania Trump for this documentary that nobody's going to watch. Nobody gives a shit about Melania Trump. They're going to make, if they make $1,000 back off this documentary, I'd be surprised. They're going to lose literally $40 million on this documentary. But that's not the point. The point is, it's a legal way to bribe Donald Trump out in the open. Just like Mark Zuckerberg settled his lawsuit. Remember, Donald Trump sued him. He gave Donald Trump $20 million for nothing. Just to legally bribe him out in the open so they don't have to launder the money. Same thing. Specifically, someone in the Trump orbit told the company that the first son would like to host a nature show on Discovery. According to a sprawling new profile of WBD CEO David Zoloff, written by Michael Wolff for the New York Magazine. The reported message was to look at the example of Amazon and Jeff Bezos paying Melania Trump $40 million to participate in a documentary about herself, he continued. Don Jr. might like a hunting and fishing show on the Discovery Channel, they were told, and that CNN could have more pro-Trump voices. Yeah, pay Coke Jr. $40 million a year to fish on your network. Totally legal, though, folks. In a statement to the Daily Beast, White House Communication Director Michael Wolff is a lying sack of shit. And has been proven to be a fraud, but obviously this is true. But what can you say, folks? No checks, no balances. Nobody's going to hold them responsible for anything. There are no laws anymore. And then apparently they're going to get a huge payday if Trump does seize Greenland, which it appears he's going to do. Some of Donald Trump's biggest campaign donors and investors, who collectively have hundreds of millions of dollars in financial ties to the U.S. president, are positioned to potentially profit from any American takeover of Greenland. The administration is in part aiming to secure rare minerals that are essential for the U.S. tech industry and national security, and to potentially reopen oil and gas exploration. Of course, that's what it's all about, folks. To rape the land, to steal the natural resources from the people of Greenland for our oligarchs. Obviously, we already knew that from the fucking beginning. And they'll probably do it. That's exactly why they want Palestine too. And then Mark Rubio shutters offices on foreign disinformation because they don't actually give a shit about foreign disinformation anymore. They know that foreign disinformation actually helps them. So why would they try to combat it? Secretary of State Marco Rubio and his aides shut down a State Department office on Wednesday that tracks and counters global disinformation from foreign actors. But they are the disinformation from foreign actors. We are ruled by disinformation from foreign actors, so why would they want an office that combats the American government? They would not, clearly. And then lies, double lies. Even though we all know this isn't true, it doesn't matter. They just say anything, folks, because the people that are listening to this, they don't care what's true, but they're not going to look it up anyway, so they'll believe it. According to our Attorney General, Riley Gaines, who is only famous because she tied for 5th place with a trans swimmer, going to claim that Riley Gaines made it to the Olympics.
We want to restore the records of these young women. You know, these women lost records. One didn't go to regionals, one didn't go to state, all because of a boy. All of these records should be restored, not only in Maine, but around the country, of these young women. You know, Riley Gaines started training for swimming when she was 4 years old. She made it to the Olympics.
No, she didn't. She didn't make it to the Olympics. If she started training when she was 4 years old, you think she would have came in better than 5th place. But it doesn't matter, folks. The truth has no bearing on these people. But did you guys see the town halls this week? Man, they was cooking this week, folks. First off, Marjorie Taylor Queen, the new queen of insider trading, went public to brag about how she was going to boot people out of her rallies if they dared speak back against her, because you're not allowed to speak out against your overlords anymore. You don't have free speech. They don't work for you, folks. She was worth a couple $100,000 when she first got her job in Congress. Now she's worth over $20 million. Here she is bragging about the fact that she's going to kick anybody out who hollers at her at our town meeting.
Hey everyone, I'm here in downtown Ackworth. We are very excited for the town hall tonight, so I'd like to thank everyone that's planning to come. Now, this is a town hall that's strictly for constituents. That means you have to live in my district and you had to sign up on the sign up link. That's important. Make sure you bring your ID, as we will be verifying that you actually live in the district and have signed up to be in the town hall. Also, this is important for everyone attending the town hall. You need to understand this is not a place to protest. This isn't a place to stand up and scream and yell. This is a place to sit and listen. And we already have your...
Yeah, shut up and sit and listen to what she has to say. You don't get to speak back to us. We rule, you motherfuckers. Yeah, they're not worried about their vote at all, folks. They are acting like your vote does not count. Do you know why? Because your vote does not count.
Your questions if you're signed up. I can't wait to see you tonight, and I look forward to it. But I have one word of warning for you. If you're planning to act up, scream, and protest, you're going to be thrown out. And that's the way it goes. We know how the Democrat Party is organizing and...
Yeah, it's all Democrat, folks. Everybody speaking out against the horrors that are happening in our country right now. We're all just paid Soros plants, aren't we? But it got loud, it got raucous, folks, and I'd love to see it. First off, someone was escorted out and slung some mad heat at Marjorie Taylor Queen. Let's have a listen.
That are not just living at the border. Ladies and gentlemen, they're all inside the interior of the United States. How about the all inside the interior of the United States. You can head out. The protest is outside. Thank you very much. Protest is outside.
You butch body
Protest
bigot.
is outside. Bye.
Butch body bigot. Need to make a t-shirt. Trademark that, girl. A lot of people were upset, folks. And she seemed a little shook, to be honest with you. I think this is an attack point that actually hits home. She's one of the ones that's been chastising members of Congress for their insider trading, and now she is the queen of insider trading, and they're hammering her with it, folks.
Why are you such a coward in the face of an obvious fascist takeover, Andrew? Ooh, scary. That's scary. You know, I've yet to see a fascist gathering.
I'm sure you haven't.
That doesn't exist in the Republican Party. As a matter of fact, President Trump is the most transparent president in history.
Yeah, so transparent. That wasn't the clip I'm thinking of, though. This is the clip. Jail for insider trading. Somebody held up a sign, and she looked a little shook.
Live in a place where I am one of the members of Congress that usually has the highest amount of death threats. As a matter of fact, as I live in a place where I am one of the members.
And then jackbooted thugs were tasing people for dare speaking out against our leaders. First, this dude gets kicked out. Jackbooted thugs, you're not allowed to speak to your elected representative, folks, because they don't work for you.
Really?
Really, yeah. And look at them cheer. This is how freedom dies, with thunderous applause.
Thank you.
Yep. She totally hasn't seen any fascism, has she, folks?
Thank you.
And then this guy got tased. Look at them clap and cheer, folks. They love it. They love it. Don't feel sorry for this country at all.
This is a
well earned, whatever happens.
Town hall. Now, this is a peaceful town hall, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so peaceful as they disappear innocent people to concentration camps. So peaceful. And last on the town hall section, prehistoric corpse Chuck Grassley got the business from his constituents.
Supreme Court said to bring him back.
Judges are, if the president isn't upholding the Constitution. He's defined the Constitution. You're on the Judiciary Committee.
Trump don't care.
If I get an order to pay a ticket for $1,200 and I just say no, does that stand up? Because he's got an order from the Supreme Court and he's just said no.
Yeah. He just said screw it.
I'll be able to answer your question.
You ignored my letter.
Guatemala, or El Salvador is an independent country. The president
Speak up, please. We can't hear you.
The president of that country is not subject to our U.S. Supreme Court.
He's just defending it. He's defending disappearing us, folks. Once they get us over there, they're just going to wash their hands and say, hey, we can't get you back. Sorry, baby, we're powerless. Art of the deal. Yeah, I can tell Romania to bring a sex trafficker over here. I can tell Canada they got to be our 51st state. I can tell Panama we're going to invade them. I can tell Greenland we're going to invade them. But I'm just a small well-being. I can't do nothing to El Salvador. What you want me to do? I can't invade El Salvador. He does what he wants to, guys. Yeah, biggest pussy in the world when he wants to be. And all the sycophants, all the ass kissers, all the traitors going to line up to send us to the gulags. And that is my Chud Watch for this evening. Hour and 15 minutes of the long one. And all right, a quick commercial, folks. Patron. That's how when he wants to be. Shut up, Dusty. You guys know how Patreon works? Basically, it's like tipping. If you guys like my show and you want to keep me in business, I need your help to stay in business and keep my animal sanctuary going. So if you can chip in a couple bucks a month on my Patreon, I would very much appreciate it. And here's the rub. You get access to all the after parties, and I got a big after party tonight. I didn't do it for the last couple of shows, but tonight I got my ass in gear. It starts here, and it goes all the way down to here tonight, the after party. So you get access to tonight's after party and every after party I've ever done, which is like hundreds. So if you want more Dusty, now's your chance to get it. Got plenty of time to go get your ticket to tonight's after party. Please sign up my Patreon. Help me out. I very much need it and appreciate it. Thank you in advance. And all right. The fuck is happening? Come on. All right. Now let's read the super chats. The other way to help the show out. Rebecca Boys. No, she got beat by Jason Ashby. Got one ticket. Appreciate you, Jason. And of course, Rebecca, superhero of the show. Love me some Rebecca. True to life thumbnail. One of her constituents that was escorted out quoted Jasmine Crockett. Catch up tomorrow. Yeah, she paraphrased, but even better. Bad body butch bigot. All of the bees. And thank you, Rebecca. Everybody loved Rebecca Poise. And Jeremiah, 90 cents. What up, Jeremiah? PGD Ford, $50. Didn't say anything, so I'm going to read your name sexy. PJ D. Ford. Hell yeah! You rock, PJ. Thank you for your generosity. It means a lot. Melanated for life. BBC. Constitutional crisis. Check. We are well into a fascist Nazi dictatorship. Check. No one is coming to save us. Check. Where you at, MAGA? They're going to be goose-stepping us to the concentration camps. Where you at, 2A? That reminds me, folks. I actually shot an AR-15 this weekend. Jeff brought his AR-15 out, and me and my mom shot it. Dumbass me, though, I didn't take any earplugs, so I was half deaf. I fired it twice, and I was like, nope. Need me some noise-canceling headphones or some shit. But and also, you need to get your AR-15 fixed, Jeff. Motherfucker was locking up, getting jammed and shit. I don't want that. I'm going to get me a good one, though. But, yeah, crazy that I'm even thinking about getting an AR-15, y'all. That's how bad things are going. And thank you, PJ. And thank you, BBC. Mikey Savage, $5. Take my sexy money, Dusty. You're still the only creator I send money to. Hey, you're awesome, and I appreciate you. Fight the good fight. Trans rights. Catch you on the replay. I'll see you tomorrow, Mikey. Haley D. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There is no one else on this planet who looks like her. You talking about the cave woman? Troglodyte. She's a handsome woman. And hello, Mr. Anderson, 5 tickets. If you got a ticket, please give Mr. Anderson your love. But if you want a ticket, you got to show up live at the show for your chance to randomly win a free ticket to the after party and all the after parties. And if you get one, thank whoever gave it to you. And thank you again, Mr. Anderson. Matt Hatter, John Asteroid soon, baby. I wish. We won't be so lucky, unfortunately. WST times $10. I was at the chess club on Tuesday, and I nearly had this one guy in checkmate, but he ended up checkmaking me instead, using the same move I was planning to use on him. Oh, I hate that. You should have checked his. You should have checked his anus, because apparently the new thing in chess is you put some kind of a vibrator up your butt, and then a computer like vibrates your ass to tell you what move you're supposed to make. Look it up. It's a real thing. Anyway, good luck next time. Anthony Stark, welcome to Walmart. I love you. I know, right? I'm going to be the worst Walmart greeter ever, y'all. We get fired so fast. Please don't make me work at Walmart. Nocturnal Bash, $3. Hey, yeah, hook 'em horns to you. Nocturnal Bash. M Jerk, $10. Love you, MJ. Good to see you tonight. $2 from Gracias, Senor Uno Paco. Hey, beans and disease to you too, my lumbre. Ember, after party tonight. Fuck yeah. I promise you guys I was going to do it tonight, and I am. Grumpy Queer, what up, Grumpy? $5. Hi, everyone. Hi, Grumpy. I hope you're well. Kevin Milligan, 10 tickets. Fuck yeah, that's the way to do it. That's like $30. Appreciate you, you badass motherfucker, Kevin Milligan. If you got a ticket from Kevin, give him your love. Hey, we're in danger. We're in danger. We are. Hey, but at least we'll all be in the concentration camp together. It'll be like hell, baby. Oh, the coolest people will be there, hopefully. And, oh, yeah, Ray Fuller. Gonna reach you sexy. Just catching up. Kitty party. Hell yeah, kitty party in your honor tonight, Ray Fuller. I appreciate you. Very generous. Everybody loved Ray Fuller. Thank you, buddy. Eduardo Hernandez nailed it. $10. What up, Eduardo? Good to see you tonight. Wings of Shoe. Is it propaganda if he's speaking the truth on the oligarchy in whatever form it takes? Because if he's speaking truth, then it's true. Yeah, it depends on the spin, though, right? Sometimes you can use the truth to also spread lies. That's like the best propaganda often has little pieces of truth in it. Welcome to Dust Buddy Arc. Hey, that's the way to do it. If you guys don't want to wait for somebody to give you a free ticket, you could buy one. You can join the Dust Buddies. It's $3, and you get exclusive access to all the after parties, and you also get customized emojis to spam the chat with. So spam the chat with impunity, Arc. Keep it up, little eye. I will. Thumbs up to you. And Agent Orange, $25. That's very generous. You got to make an AI Butch Buddy Bigot music video now, Dusty. Yeah, but nobody watches my music videos. Everybody's like, oh, you just typed in something and AI instantly created this. Meanwhile, I'm spending like 60 hours on my weekend making these videos that nobody's watching. So, like, that's why I haven't made it anymore, folks. It sucks, but I could literally, I'm not saying I've written the best song, but I could literally write the best song ever written and nobody would give a shit. That's just life. It's not about talent. It's not about what's good. It's about being in the right place at the right time. Usually it's about nepotism, but luck. So what you gonna do? Have you seen the Google silent image of a sea kite? Yes, I just showed it. I'm hoping there's some other explanation for that, but definitely that's some terrifying shit. Although maybe it's a good thing. I think I might be rather dead than in that fucking concentration camp. And BBC coming in at the very end. 5 tickets. Hey, thank you, BBC. I appreciate you. Probably see you soon, buddy. Hopefully not, but never know. And hey, thank you for everybody donating tonight. Very generous. And hey, if you want to hear me read your words, I'll do so at the end of the show. Going to read all the super chats at the end of the show. So get them in early. Get them in often. Bye, my love. Super chats. And all right, let's move on, folks. Next up, gonna do a little sex. God damn it, I gotta redo the intro to this. Here shall be Elon. And this week on President Elon, they are the dumbest people on the planet, folks. We are run by idiots. DOGE defunds Illinois Zoo over biodiversity research. That's how dumb it is, folks. First, they were defunding transgenic research. Transgenic is where you take genes from different animals and you splice them together. That's how a lot of our medicines are created. That's how we figure out science. But because it had the word trans in it, they defunded it. Now they defunded biodiversity because it has the word diversity in it, folks. Good God, we are so cooked. It's so over. The White House Department of Government Efficiency has targeted a behavioral diversity program to be cut from the Brookfield Zoo. Problem is, it has nothing to do with diversity, equity, and inclusion. In the traditional DEI sense, it's about biodiversity and animal welfare, but it doesn't matter, folks. They have AI program going in and looking for targeted words, and no adult is at the helm of this thing. It's just all the dumbest bullshit all the fucking time on this trash country. And then whistleblower accuses DOGE of letting Russians access government accounts in shocking security breach, though it's not shocking at all. Daniel Bertulis appeared on The Lead, joined by his attorney, Andrew Bakaj, and explained that within 15 minutes of DOGE employees creating user accounts, somebody or something from Russia tried to log in with the right username and right password. And that happened over 20 times. DOGE has been using Starlink as a means to exfiltrate data, he continued. Russia has a direct pipeline of information through Starlink, which means that anything going through Starlink is going to Russia. And they don't even need to do this, right? They already have a Russian agent in the White House. They already have a Russian agent in charge of all our intelligence agencies. So they're already right in the pipeline to begin with. Nobody should be surprised by this in any way whatsoever. You think Donald Trump is just destroying the country because he feels like it? Nope. He's getting his marching orders from Rudy Pooty. And, skip that one. And folks, I'm starting to think ketamine might be bad for you. I've done ketamine a few times and I enjoyed it, but Elon Musk is making me quit. I'm going fucking cold turkey because, god damn it, it makes you weird as shit. Case in point, ketamine, when it kicks in.
Yeah, and refurbishable might be a better word. But where do you think it failed, and where do you think, well, like, what lessons have you learned that you know you're not going to be making?
What is he doing?
To, like, do a mission. You're just trying to get data out of this.
Look what is he doing? The fuck? What a weirdo. Good God. He reminds me of the Roach Man from Men in Black, Vincent D'Onofrio. Like he's an alien in a body and he's trying to figure out how to control the body. It's just so weird. I've never seen somebody so uncomfortable in their own skin before. I almost feel bad for him. And did you guys hear about this story? So everybody on Earth saw this coming. It's funny because I actually saw lots of posts saying that Elon's next baby mama was obviously going to be Tiffany Fong. She's one of the reply girls who's on every one of Elon's posts, kissing his ass, like this one. Oh my God, I love X so much. I'm so grateful. So she's also an influencer who was making $21,000 a month, which is basically impossible. Elon was paying her for some reason. Now, one of the reasons, obviously, is he's trying to make it seem like influencers can make a lot of money if they come post on X to try to artificially boost up the numbers on Twitter. But obviously, another reason he was doing this is because he thought she was cute and he wanted to put a baby in her. And so I'm sure you can see where this is going, folks. Apparently, Elon Musk propositioned her to have a kid with her and got turned down. Wall Street Journal reports Elon Musk DM'd Tiffany Fong to request she have a baby with him. When she declined, he unfollowed her and cut her Twitter premium payment, which were worth up to $21,000 a month. Yep. Fong didn't move forward with Musk because she pictured having children in a more traditional nuclear family, but confided to a few friends about the approach, including St. Clair, whom she knew as another conservative social media figure, and how she worried that turning him down could hurt her earnings. Once Musk learned that Fong disclosed the request to others, he chided her for not using discretion, according to the People, and unfollowed her. That contributed to the fall in her engagement and her earnings decline. Yep, cut off the money spigot, using his power influence to bribe people into having his children. It's so fucking weird, y'all, but you know. And then in this trash country, as always, cars have more rights than human beings do. This is what's wrong with the country. Pastor gets a plea deal. He sexually abused a child for 7 years and received probation. Meanwhile, Tesla vandals face up to 20 years in prison, says Attorney General. So, yeah, rape a bunch of kids for year after year after year, probation. Draw a dick on a car, 20 years in prison, folks. What stage of capitalism is this again? And then imagine being this big of a bootlicker. Imagine in a country that's disappearing innocent people to concentration camps and refusing to bring them back. Imagine living in a country where the president brags about making $2 billion in a single day by manipulating the stock market. And then imagine, out of all the causes you could throw your weight behind, out of all the causes you could fight for, you choose to fight for the world's richest man and to save cars from being damaged. Well, that's what happened. In front of a Tesla dealership, these clowns defending trillion-dollar company.
Good job, Rockland.
Good job, Rockland.
Good job, Rockland.
So pitiful. These people love to be abused, folks. They love to be ruled. This is why we're the biggest suckers and losers on the planet. This is why they think that they can fuck us over and over and over again. This is why they think they can drain every dime out of us. Scam after scam after scam, because they're right. We are the biggest suckers and losers. We beg to be abused. We suck the nuts of our abusers. Please, Daddy, can I have another? That's America for you, folks. Land of the cucks. And let's see how it's going for Tesla stock. Bad. Actually, better than it was. At one point, they were down hugely, but they finished the day almost 5% down in one day. This year so far, since Trump's been president, Tesla's down 36%, so good. It's a meme stock, folks. Not even worth anything. Basically, Tesla is like corporate Bitcoin. It's not tethered to any real world assets or earnings. It's all about feels, baby. And got to finish the Elon section off with this one. The best parody video you'll see this week. I really like this one, folks. This one, a video for Tesla regret syndrome. Let's have a look.
Have you been avoiding eye contact with other drivers? Do you experience intense feelings of guilt when honked at, even before knowing the reason? Do you find yourself giving preemptive disclaimers about your car?
I bought it 5 years ago.
Is there an ominous hum inside your head that has increased steadily in volume since the last election? A deep and abiding sense of dread that accompanies every waking moment? Are you worried that you're enabling the fall of democracy? If these symptoms describe you, you may be suffering from Tesla regret syndrome, or TRS. TRS is a condition afflicting Tesla owners everywhere. People who chose their car because they care about the future, only to discover that the CEO is an egomaniac out to dismantle the U.S. government and sell it for parts.
I thought he was going to get us high-speed rail.
It can feel like there's no way out. But there is hope. And it's easier than you think. There's an effective treatment that can be performed non-surgically at a local dealership or even right from your own home by simply offloading your Tesla and any stock you have in Elon's companies. With the impending recession, we know that not everyone can afford this treatment. Many sufferers have experienced temporary relief from the application of a simple adhesive, or by posting and reposting anti-Tesla resources and actions, joining protests, and talking others out of purchasing a Tesla.
Yeah, good move.
Consult with your conscience to determine which treatment is right for you. And look forward to immediate relief from your symptoms and a deep and profound sense of well-being. Acts of vandalism, violence, and/or self-flagellation are not recommended and have shown no effectiveness in curing TRS. TRS care plans have not yet been evaluated by licensed medical providers. But let's face it, deep down we all know what's right.
Great commercial, folks. Get rid of your Tesla and do not buy one. If you have Tesla stock, sell it immediately. Don't be part of the problem. And That is my Elon section for this week. Pretty good one. Love snarky fake ads. Yep. Well done. Tesla, it's all computer. Laughing my ass off. Yep, good one. And all right, folks, get your super chats in. Moving on. Religious bullshit coming at you. They raping y'all kids. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. Boom goes the dynamite, folks. You're not going to believe this. They finally caught one. Louisiana Baptist pastor arrested on child sex charges. Shane Wiggins, pastor of Baldwin Baptist Mission Church, was arrested April 9th on charges of rape and molestation. And it's been 48 hours since my last show, so obviously they've caught several pedophiles. Washington youth pastor, arrested on child rape charges. Prosecutors charged an Outlook youth pastor with raping a teenage girl he knew, in addition to 5 charges each of second-degree rape and third-degree child molestation. Benjamin Felix Guerrera, 32, was also charged with 3 counts of third-degree child rape. And since it's been 2 days, you know there's got to be at least 3 people arrested. Cultist in Pennsylvania pastor pleads guilty in child sexting. A former Lackawanna County reverend who was caught trying to set up a sexual liaison with a child during online chats with an undercover police officer pled guilty Friday to felony charge of unlawful contact with a minor. So, not a drag queen once again. As always, starting to see a pattern. And Christians, evil as fuck as always. Here's a MAGA pastor, Shane Vaughn, calling for all the judges who try to stop Trump from disappearing innocent people to concentration camps in foreign countries. Well, they should be eliminated.
We had a rogue judge, a rogue criminal that should be put in prison for treason.
That seems awesome.
These judges are committing treason against the
you
legitimate authority of the president.
Yikes.
Another judge told President Trump they had to rehire all 16,000 of these probationary federal workers.
Okay, good.
However, as soon as it got to the Supreme Court, we found some sanity. And that was over.
I cannot stand this guy's voice, so we're going to move on. But fascism, supporting it all day long, wrapped in the flag and holding a Bible. And then, folks, they don't seem too worried about losing their tax-exempt status at all. Here's the dumbest sermon you're going to hear this week. God loves tariffs.
Look, I'm sorry your 401k's gone down.
He seems real sorry. I'm sorry you're losing all your money, but it's actually a good thing to lose money, everybody. You're in a cult.
But quit whining. It's not about you. It's about the young kids in here.
Oh, my
and
God.
And the grandkids and the kids that haven't been born yet.
Think of the children. You have to lose all your money for Trump because of the children. Lay down and take it, motherfuckers. And do it. Lay down and take it, you fucking bootlickers. I love it. I hope you guys lose all your fucking money. I really do. I hope you go bankrupt. I hope you're miserable. I hope your life sucks because you earned it.
The ones we've mutilated. Yeah, perfect timing. And if you've made it out of your mother's womb without being ripped apart like you are in California and flushed into the sewer systems of the state, but of course we harvest your organs, we make Nazi Germany look like Girl Scouts. If you manage to make it out of the womb the minute you're born, you now have unbelievable debt leveled on you while we've bought junk from China because it's good in our lifetime. And now we get a little pinch to make it right and reset it for their generations, and we're upset. If you want to be great in the kingdom of God, you are called to be a servant. Suck it up. A little bit of suffering in your portfolio.
I love it. Suck it up, bootlickers. Lose your money and be grateful you're losing your money. Hey, Elon Musk needs more money, baby. He got to rob you of every penny you got, and it's good. God loves it when the rich men get more money. I'm pretty sure that's what Jesus said. And you can always tell the Trump tweets that he doesn't write. This is fucking hilarious. Does this sound like Trump at all? This Holy Week, Christians around the world remember the crucifixion of God's only begotten Son, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. How do you do, fellow Christians? Just like the least Christian in the history of mankind. The fakest bullshit. We celebrate his glorious resurrection and proclaim, as Christians have done for 2,000 years, he is risen. If it were Trump, it'd be like, I prefer saviors that weren't crucified. I'm just saying. He was a sucker for getting crucified, right? He had magical powers, and then he just let him stab him in the side with a spear? Loser. Ridiculous. What you gonna do? Christians in this country love to be spoon-fed shit. And then last, I'm starting to think mega pastors have too much money, y'all. Here's a compilation of mega pastors riding real roller coasters in church, because why wouldn't they?
Wow. I've never been on a roller coaster like this before.
Good God, they got so much money. How does this glorify Christ at all? This is just putting it right in your fucking face. Infinite money hack. Yay, Christianity. You're ridiculous. Woo! Life is like a roller coaster.
Fun is that?
It wasn't fun at all. That looks like it sucked.
It's not every Sunday you get to see that.
And here comes another idiot. Yay! That's like literally the lamest roller coaster. I guess it's the perfect analogy for Christianity. Look at these fucking losers. Good God.
Come on, you can do better than that. Earth City, Florida, Weldon, online. Come on, everybody, give it up for Jesus today.
Man, Jesus.
That was amazing. What's that?
That was so amazing.
Yes. That was so cool, man. Amazing. I mean, like, we did a turn. I did double loops. I did not.
Oh, God, you guys are such bad actors. Cringe off the charts. And that is my religious bullshit for this evening. Tax the church. I know they won't, but a boy can dream. Waste of a Sunday. Imagine sitting through that. Holy shit, church is so boring. I know people do it because they think that they're ingratiating themselves to God, but man, I think I'd just rather fucking die. I would die of boredom anyway. And all right, we're along, folks. We got a Trash World coming up. Sing along if you know the words. I'm actually going to sing the whole song. I hadn't sung it in a while. Let's do it. Go! The Trash World is a Trash World. It's a dumpster fire. It's so hell. It's a Trash World. A Trash World. Everything sucks all the goddamn time in the Trash World. And first off, on tonight's Trash World, folks, they took 4chan down. No! Speaking of trash, the trashiest site on the entire internet. Gone but not forgotten. The notorious image board 4chan is down following what appears to be a major hack of its back end. Hack its back end. The hackers claim to have exposed code for the site, the emails of moderators, and a list of mod communications. So, yep, all the moderators, everybody who was signed up to the site, they're exposing them, folks. And apparently they were using, like, software that was 10 years old, so it has all kinds of vulnerabilities. And now people know what kind of code they're using. Everybody's hacking into it, and it's offline now. And God damn it! That was, like, the best site to masturbate to. Now where am I going to find porn on the internet? I don't know. Got to be some out there somewhere, right? I'll have to look, hopefully. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. But anyway. Belly up, 4chan. And, then a child murdering corpse came out and spoke for the first time this year. Let's see what this murderous ghoul had to say.
But look what's happened now. Fewer than 100 days, this new administration has made done so much damage and so much destruction. It's kind of breathtaking.
It is breathtaking.
They've taken a hatchet to the Social Security Administration. Pushing an additional 7,000 employees, 7,000 out the door in that time. Including the most seasoned career officials. Now they're getting ready to push thousands more out the door.
Oh, no.
Already we can see the effects. For example, thousands of people use the Social Security website every single day to check on their benefits and submit their claims. But now, the technology division of Social Security Administration has been cut in half.
It doesn't matter. You ain't got to hear him. He's just whining about what Trump did. But, like, if only you could have brought yourself to stop murdering children just a teensy bit, but you couldn't do that. Your bloodlust couldn't be quenched. Your bending over for Israel couldn't be interrupted. You were too busy taking that Israeli dick day in and day out, genociding, ethnic cleansing, wiping them out. So yeah, motherfucker, you're 100% goddamn responsible. Maybe just die, okay? I'm sorry, but you're old. It's your time, Grandpa. Shut the fuck up. If you can't die, at least just retire from public life so we never have to look at your goddamn Weekend at Bernie's corpse ass again. Good God. And fucking loser New York City, I bet they're going to elect Cuomo, folks. Cultist oligarch donates $250,000 to Andrew Cuomo. This is how it works. So conservatives already know that limousine liberals in New York City are going to vote for Democrat. It's going to be almost impossible for a Republican to win. So instead, what they do is they put a Republican running as a Democrat, and then they fund that asshole. It's exactly the same thing they do with Eric Adams. I keep calling him Eric Andrews. Eric Adams. It's the same exact shit. And everybody thinks that New Yorkers are more sophisticated. They're smarter. No, they're fucking not. They're just as much dumbasses as any goddamn body. Billionaire hedge fund manager Bill Ackman, a prominent supporter of Republican President Donald Trump, has donated $250,000 to a super PAC boosting Andrew Cuomo's run for New York City mayor. Yep, all the Teamsters, all the unions have already backed this motherfucker. So, yeah, prepare to be raped again, New York. You get the government you fucking deserve. If you losers elect this guy again, then don't complain. When he robs you fucking blind, don't complain when he turns into a Republican to get away with all the crimes he committed. You guys are asking for it. Don't say you weren't warned. Don't say you didn't fucking know, because you did. They just don't give a shit, folks. Democrats, not as bad as Republicans, but still really fucking bad and stupid. And then on the trash world, more tidbits came out about Gene Hackman's death. Apparently, him and his wife lived in a $4 million mansion that was infested with rats that became a breeding ground for hantavirus, and that's fucking sad, yo. Clean your shit! I guess she wasn't taking good enough care of him. Put out some traps or something. How hard is it? That's just sad as shit. Disgusting. And then finish it off with one note on Palestine, folks. Why are they like this? Why are Zionists so obsessed with rape? How do they say stuff like this and think that they're the good guys?
Streets. Post it. Author Lauren Wise. That's my Instagram. Author Lauren Wise. You should be raped and dragged through the streets in front of your kids. That's what you do. Thank you. You're addressing Hamas. Hamas, a terrorist. Thank you. Thank you for your name. No. Thank you. Have a nice day. I think you should fucking...
You should be dragged through the streets and raped in front of your children. We're the good guys, y'all. We're God's chosen people. I hope they rape you. I hope they rape your children and kill you all. God loves us the most.
You fucking idiots who think that it's Palestine against...
Donc, l'enfant, cette folle, elle vient, elle est en train de m'attaquer.
Yeah. I'm not attacking you.
Elle est en train de m'attaquer. Ok, t'as un problème, ma chérie. Viens. Okay, see, good. Okay, thank you. All of your friends are stupid. Okay. You don't understand what's fucking going on.
Yeah, we know what's going on. We've seen it. The genocide wasn't televised, but it was all over the fucking internet. Anybody who wanted to, or even if they didn't want to see it, saw it. So we know exactly what you guys are all about. We know exactly what the fuck you did. And believe me, no good guy in history has ever said, I hope you're raped in front of your fucking children. Just pure goddamn evil rolls us. And that is my trash wall for this evening. Yeah, so brainwashed. That's what supremacy does. Whether it's white supremacy, Jewish supremacy, any kind of supremacy, just makes you feel like everybody else is beneath you and whatever you do to them is justified because you're superior to them. That's why the ideology has to be wiped out, folks. I also hate Zionists. Fuck them. And all right, we're alone, folks. Get your super chats in. Last chance. Gonna do a quick Beyond parody and then a couple heroes. But for now, it's time for Beyond parody. Starting to lose my voice a little bit. And first off, you guys hear this? Hilarious. So, anti-equality state representative in Texas gets exposed for not knowing what the fuck he's talking about. They're so arrogant in their ignorance, too. Watch him get owned by his own staff member.
When you're born and you have a set of chromosomes.
So are you speaking about biological sex, or are you speaking about gender? It's a social construct. Because I have a follow-up question.
Yeah, they're one and the same, ma'am.
That's not true. But moving on. Okay, so in the same vein, what about intersex individuals?
I don't even know what that means, ma'am.
You are not sure what intersex people are, if they exist or not, but you want to defund a program about something that you don't quite understand.
Yep,
I'm trying. That's why I'm seeking clarification. And again, you haven't yet answered my question about where do intersex people fall into that equation?
Yeah, those intersex individuals are still XX or XY, so you can't change that.
Andy, that's not true. You're making a fool of yourself, Andy. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Andy. You might want to crack a goddamn book, Andy. You might want to do 5 seconds of research before you embarrass yourself in front of the entire fucking nation, Andy. Get his ass, girl. And then on Beyond Parody. Oh, Brianna Wu. Oh, God. Falling so far, so fast. So incredibly evil Zionist, Brianna Wu, who's decided to sell out everything she once claimed to believe in for genocide and child murder, likes to post things like this to shit on the left. I guess that's her new bread and butter now. It's kind of astonishing how much better looking I got after I left the radical left. Yeah, wasn't that what was making her ugly before? She would have been hot this whole time if it wasn't for the radical left. But no, you fucking idiot. You got a facelift, chin reduction filler, Botox. You're on Ozempic. The fuck you talking about? You're taking that Zionist money and you're doing gender conforming care, which is fucking fine. But of course, got to blame it on the goddamn left because these people are beyond fucking parody. Just so stupid. Can't even make fun of you. You do too good of a job of making fun of yourself. And speaking of doing a great job of making fun of yourself, the incels are back, y'all. This guy running for governor of California, and he's got a very interesting platform. Why don't we deport all brown people except for the women and force them to marry incels? You think I'm joking? Let's have a listen.
I am pro deportation. You know, I want, like, I was thinking too, like, first off, deport like all the men. And then for the women, like, maybe you'll have like a 1 year time to like marry.
Oh, are you one of these only keep the big booty Latinas here? Shame.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, enough people.
What is with his fucking mouth? Drink something, dude. Strings of slobber poured out of his fucking face. Motherfucker's disgusting. You get rid of myself so you guys can see him.
Enough people have told me that I should consider that, to where I'm just saying I would give him a 1-year timeline. You know,
Okay.
I'm like, we know who you are, we know where you are. If you marry one of our Californian incels, then you can stay. But if you don't, then, well, you're getting sent back across.
Yeah, ladies, we're going to send back all the real men that you want to be with, and then we're going to keep you here. And hey, if you want to stay in this country, if you don't want to get sent back to your third world shithole, you better start fucking incels. Vote me for governor. Just good God. Wow. Wow. Just the worst fucking people are conservatives. And this one from Cal Kalinske. Donald Trump's doctors have ordered a follow-up colonoscopy for the president after recent physical, to which Rambling Roses say they're going to have to remove Bill Maher first. Oh, snap! Shots fired! That's a pretty good one. Bill Maher, as always, huge, giant, disgusting disappointment. Fuck that guy. And another one from Cal Kalinske. Oh, yeah, there's no bigger loser in the world than people that have burner accounts. I can assure you folks, I don't have any burner accounts. Like, it's just too fucking pathetic. But they get caught over and over and over again. And this is how a lot of right-wingers work. A lot of the times when you see, like, posts and then somebody's coming in and kissing the ass of the original poster, it's them. It's them with their backup account talking to themselves, sucking their own dicks. And sometimes they forget to log out of their main account into their backup account and they get caught, busted red-handed. Case in point, Matthew Iglesias. He says, if people find my extremely tepid centrist takes to be rage bait, I think that says more about them than me. Then he says, some of the big ideas I've associated with in my career, supply and demand applies to housing. People like politicians who take popular positions. Please help prevent crime. The Orange Man is bad. China, large population matters a lot for power politics. And then the next post, I sincerely cannot think of a less provocative, less trolly thinker than Iglesias, whose whole thing is mostly just to insist that obviously true things are in fact true. Oh my God, he admitted it. You got caught, buddy. Might want to double check if you're actually logged into your burner account next time before you fluff yourself. Goddamn pathetic, dude. You should delete your account. And did you guys hear about Katy Perry going to space? Yeah, Katy Perry went to space for 11 minutes. Her and Jeff Bezos, his weird plastic surgery wife, and a whole bunch of annoying women went to space. And Jeff Bezos rockets for 11 minutes for a, I guess like an advertisement for Jeff Bezos' new space service. And Wendy's giving her the business, y'all. I normally don't like when corporations advertise to me, but this is pretty funny. Katy Perry has returned from space, and Wendy's is like, can we send her back? And I want to know as well, can we send her back? Did we really need to bring her back? I'm just saying. Fuck Katy Perry. And there was another one. I guess that's in the, that's in the after party section. All right, we're going to talk about more about that in the after party section. And then last but not least on Beyond Parody, folks, China's super mad because Shady Vance called them peasants. And so now they've been getting back at him all week by posting videos like this one. Sister Hillbilly Eyeliner. Love it. And now I want some. I must have me some Sister Hillbilly Eyeliner. $1 trillion idea. Sign me up. And that is my Beyond Parody for this week, folks. Hell yeah. I will look great in guy liner. Just saying. Judy Vance. Definitely prettier as a woman, though it's a low bar. She brought her cherry chapstick. A lot of girls to kiss up there, I guess, if they're into it. Real stupid, though. And all right, folks. Yeah, cats agreeing with me. Fuck Katy Perry. Last chance to get super chats in. We're going to do a couple heroes and then get the fuck out of here and go do some after party. But for now, it's time for some Billy Bowie.
We could be heroes just for one day.
Woo! Well, first off, AOC back in the heroes list. And folks, AOC very obviously running for president. Now, whether she's going to be allowed to run for president or not, who knows? She might end up in the concentration camp. And like I said last time, a part of me feels like she's just lulling people into a false sense of security, making us think that our vote still counts, which is just distracting us from what we really need to do, which I'm not allowed to talk about. But at the same time, she's saying the right things. You got to do something, so I'm not hating on her. If she runs, I'm probably going to vote for her. Here she is talking about Marjorie Taylor Queen and her insider trading.
We saw it just happen with Trump's corrupt and disastrous and rushed tariff scheme. We saw Marjorie Taylor Greene buy that dip.
Yeah, boo.
I got one question for her. How much did you make? How much did you make off of people's despair?
Millions
How
and
much
millions.
did you make off that panic? How much did you make off of that suffering? No more. We can't accept it.
Here's the crazy part. Did you just pee on me? Motherfucker, why did you do that? You bitch. God damn it. I do not need you to pee on me. Oh my God. Motherfucker. Just fuck everything about that. Are you trying to claim me? All right, I know I'm talking loud. All right, I know that's a domination move, but I don't require your piss on me. Fucking Piper. Walked up. No, I smell like cat piss. Fuck. God damn it. Shit, now I gotta smell like cat piss for the rest of the fucking show. Fuck my existence. Whatever. God fucking damn it. I hate it. Whatever. Anyway. Next up, another one from AOC. No, it's not AOC. Is that all the AOC ones? All right, it's one more. It's the last one, folks. God, I hate that smell. Anyway, no, she's not fixed. She's just a rescue. I ain't got the money to fix all that. I'm poor, y'all. I'm doing the best I can. Anyway, last but not least, fellow lefties. And I'm just going to play this one with no comment whatsoever. It says, we're not fucking going to El Salvador. And I'm with you. I am also not going to El Salvador. That's exactly what I told the guy at the UPS store. I'm like, man, I am not fucking going to El Salvador. I'm going to have to get me an AR-15. And hard to believe because just a few years ago, I was saying that people don't need AR-15s. They should be like rules or regulations to keep you from having one. But if they have one, I want one too. And God damn it, cat piss smells so bad. And all right, folks, that's my fucking show. We did it. Hell yeah. Folks, I'm going to be back Friday, day after tomorrow. Finish the week out strong. So be sure to put it on your calendar to join me. I do this show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. So tune in live for your chance to win a free ticket to the after party. And we're doing the after party next, so don't go anywhere. If you don't have your ticket to the after party, then go to my Patreon immediately and buy your ticket. I would appreciate it. But if you bail out, please hit the like button. Please leave a comment. Type words. Hit enter. Please subscribe. All the things. This is not your first rodeo. You know how this works. And I appreciate you. Jerry T, $25. Many will say to me in that today, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied, cast out demons, and done many wonders in your name? Jesus turns his back on them for their lawlessness, a.k.a. those in the religious BS. Rock on, Dusty. Yeah, I don't know how anybody reads the Bible and believes it, and then reads the part about the Antichrist and doesn't see that if Antichrist exists, it's Donald fucking Trump. Like, literally. It lays it out like he will be mortally wounded, and then he'll be healed instantly. Donald Trump, baby. They will have to wear his mark on their forehead. That's the MAGA hat. It's Donald Trump, baby. The whole thing talks about how Christians will be deceived by this silver-tongued devil. Christians will worship him. It's 100% Donald Trump. Every step of the way, it's Donald Trump. So, if only Christians believed anything they fucking said. And thank you, Jerry. In some good news, trans singer-songwriter Ethan Kane made it to Billboard's Top 100 list. She's from North Florida. Like me, baby. I ain't never heard of her, but I'll check it out. Thanks for the recommendation, Isaiah. Hello, humans and cats. Don't send no shout-outs to fucking cats. Pissing motherfuckers. God, I hate it. Welcome to Buddy's DIY Driver. Fuck yeah, you got your ticket. Check the membership section of YouTube. Enjoy me coming up next, and I appreciate you. And 5 tickets from BBC. Fuck yeah. Hey, if you got a ticket, you give BBC your love or else. Thank you, BBC. And anything else? Nope, that's it, folks. Hey, I'm going to be back Friday, day after the goddamn morrow. So prepare your anus as always. Did I read Ray Fuller? I think I read Ray Fuller. Catching up Kitty Party. Yep, Kitty Party is dedicated to you, Ray Fuller. Coming up absolutely next. PJ4 gave $50. Thank you, PJ. Rebecca Poise gave $50. Thank you, Rebecca. You guys rock. And all right, time for the Kitty Party. Let's play a random song. This week we're going to play Art of the Conceal. Another mega hit. Another song that I worked on for like 90 hours that nobody watched. So I'll play it for you guys. We'll enjoy it together, shall we? There we go. And all right. Boom! Time for the kitty party, except for you, Piper. You don't get any. Kissing motherfucker. They say, hey, Don, we're Epstein's stash. But I've got golf to play. Let's not be rash. If things are classified, you understand, like tax returns and tiny hands. I'm not hiding, just deciding which secrets are worth confiding. Believe me, folks, it's no big deal. Just practicing the art of the conceal. Transparency's great, but let's be real. You don't want everything that's under the seal. Names on the list. Oh, that's a shame. But that's Laelkis on Hunter. He's to blame. I'm not hiding, just deciding when secrets are worth confiding. Fake news won't shake my steel. I mastered the art of the conceal. They call it a cover-up, I call it class. Keeping distractions from biting my past. Can't drop the files. What if they say I was best friends with old Bill and Jack? I'm not hiding, just deciding which secrets are worth confiding. If the truth don't fit the deal, you bury it deep with the art of the conceal. So if you wonder about those files unseen, remember I'm saving the American dream. Some truths don't fit the deal. You bury them deep with the art of the conceal. Good night, everybody. After party coming up next. Switch over now. Love you guys. Good night. So if you want about those files